The way we're approaching financial services and investing in financial services is driven by many of the themes that have been discussed elsewhere. So there is a huge change in the demands of the customer in financial services, and many of these demands are the same drivers of demand that are driving consumer behavior and things they're seeing in many other industries. So whether the customer is actually a consumer or an SME, the demands of the consumer are kind of changing and developing, and they're demanding higher standards. You then have the other theme of data and technology, and what data and technology enables you to do is effectively punch above your weight as a smaller player. So it enables you to come at a segment and not be disadvantaged because of the diseconomy of scale. So you can actually, in some cases, be more nimble and be more able to take on and be a structural winner, which is always what we're looking for. The final element is the regulatory driver, and actually, pretty much everything we do is in the regulatory sphere, and we see it as being a positive because it creates a sort of set of standards of what good looks like. And if you can operate within that environment, you've got a regulator in across Europe that is supporting new models, new ways of doing things. So if you take it as a positive, you embrace it, then it gives you the framework to enable you to grow. And so within all of that, you've got a customer demanding change and higher standards. You've got data and technology that enables you to do that. And you have a regulator that is supportive of that. And many of the themes that we are kind of driving are the themes that drive the overall sort of fintech space, but we're taking it at a different pace. If you look at the structure of the industry, you do have the large incumbents, and you have to be careful where you choose to take them on. And some of it's time, and some of it is just incumbency and inertia, which is hard to take on. So you have to take your spots as to where you are going to go to drive change. But outside of the large incumbents in any of the European markets, there's huge fragmentation of players. And that means for us, kind of playing in that lower middle market, there's a huge number of targets for us to go after. And so we find ourselves in a much less competitive environment because we're finding our own targets to do. We're doing that on a primary and bilateral basis. And once you move towards a specialist model, the targets find you. Because what you're then finding is the challenges that each of these businesses are facing are very similar. So the businesses themselves are diverse, but each of them are looking at understanding what does good look like in digital marketing? What does good look like in AML and onboarding? What does good look like in using data and technology to get a better customer proposition? And all of these things start to kind of feed from themselves, and you start to kind of see a self-reinforcing model.